thing I would say, having staffed some of these meetings myself in the past, is how exquisitely Beijing prepares everything. And I think on both sides, in both Washington and Beijing, I think what everybody is waiting for is when does this moment break and we return to a more competitive approach between the two sides and greater tensions.
Jonathan, that pageantry, this welcome ceremony, just a few minutes long, but small things like this can have a big impact, especially for President Trump, who I think appreciates pomp and circumstance. And something like this can be so important in setting the stage for this summit.
Yes, I think, by definition from the Chinese perspective, these meetings are supposed to be positive, right? Because they want to have that positive atmosphere, and they want to position their leader to have a positive meeting with President Trump. And I think, as your colleague indicated, they have been dealing with and thinking about how to engage and deal with President Trump for a decade now, right? And so I think they understand that this can have an outsized impact on President Trump, on his mindset as he comes to Beijing and as he walks into the room tomorrow with Xi Jinping, right? I think they really want to emphasize that positive spirit going into a meeting like this, and have really put a lot of emphasis on this. The other thing I would say, having staffed some of these meetings myself in the past, is how exquisitely Beijing prepares everything. They are meticulous.